Hello again, NCAC sports fans, and welcome back to our weekly installments of This Week in the NCAC. I'm your host, Brett Billhart. On this week's show, we'll look back at all the action from around the North Coast Athletic Conference for the week ending on Monday, September the 2nd. First, we want to begin this week's show by welcoming all of our student athletes, coaches, administrators, and fans to the 30th season of competition in the North Coast Athletic Conference. Throughout the 2013-14 academic year, we will be celebrating our 30th anniversary in several different fashions, including the release of all-decade teams in nearly every championship sport. Fall sports all-decade teams have been released and are available online on each sport's respective homepage on the NCAC website. Winter and spring sports all-decade teams will be released prior to the start of each playing season. Let's now shift our attention to the opening weekend of competition in the conference and recognize those student athletes who were named NCAC Athletes of the Week. We'll open on the cross-country circuit where all 10 schools opened action last weekend. Allegheny sophomore Logan Steiner garnered the NCAC Men's Runner of the Week award after he helped the Gators capture the team title at Case's Bill Sudick Invitational for the 5th year in a row. The Meadville, Pennsylvania native, who was the 2012 NCAC Newcomer of the Year, broke the tape at the Sudick Invitational for his first career collegiate victory after traversing the 6K course in 1944-65. The weekly award for women's cross country went to Kenyon sophomore Natalie Plick, who had a record-setting day at the Kenyon Tri-Meet on August 30th. Plick, who hails from Wynwood, Pennsylvania, won the individual title at the Tri-Meet with a meet and course record time of 14:32:40 on the 4K course. 6 of the 10 league members will return to action on the cross-country circuit this weekend, led by Kenyon, Ohio Wesleyan, Wittenberg, and Worcester, competing at the GLCA Championships in Delaware, Ohio. NCAC soccer squads also took to the pitch last weekend to kick off the 2013 season. In women's soccer, Worcester freshman Kathleen Kalafidis was named the NCAC Player of the Week after she scored the opening goal in each of her 2 collegiate matches, leading the Fighting Scots to a 5-0 victory over Mount St. Joseph and a 2-1 triumph over Washington and Jefferson. In her first weekend of NCAA competition, the Shaker Heights, Ohio native closed out the week with 2 goals on 5 shots for a .400 shot percentage. The weekly conference award in men's soccer went to Oberlin sophomore Slade Gottlieb after he helped lead the Yeomen to a 2-0-0 record in Holland, Michigan last weekend. The Yeomen defeated Hope 2-1 and posted a 3-1 victory over Concordia. In the victory over Hope, the Alpharetta, Georgia native drilled the game-winning goal in the 85th minute and then returned to action on Saturday to assist on the game-winning goal and add a key insurance goal to seal the 2-goal victory over Concordia. NCAC men's and women's soccer teams returned to action this weekend for non-conference matches, with the first conference contest of the year scheduled for September 21st, when Hiram travels to DePaul for a men's and women's doubleheader. Keeping our focus outside, the NCAC Weekly Award for Field Hockey was awarded to Worcester freshman Carrie O'Connor, who got her career off to a strong start with 3 goals and 2 assists in her first two collegiate games. She accounted for both of the Fighting Scot goals in the 4-2 loss against Wesley, and then added a 1-goal, 2-assist performance in the 5-0 victory over Bethany. Denison and Ohio Wesleyan ushered in the NCAC portion of the field hockey schedule on Tuesday evening, with the Big Red coming away with a 2-1 victory over the Battling Bishops. There was minimal golf action in the North Coast on the opening weekend as just the DePaul and Wittenberg women's squads took to the course. DePaul senior Paige Gooch was named the NCAC Women's Golfer of the Week after she led the Tigers to the team title at the Anderson University Invitational at Killbuck Golf Course in Indiana. Gooch, who resides in Fort Mitchell, Kentucky, claimed medalist honors at a collegiate event for the 6th time in her career after carding a 36-hole score of 154, which included back-to-back rounds of 77. Fall golf action will start to pick up next weekend, with 4 women's teams competing at the Denison Fall Invitational and 5 men's teams traveling to Kentucky for the Transylvania Fall Invitational. And finally, we'll wrap up this week's show by heading inside and taking a look at NCAC volleyball action. After leading OU to a perfect 3-0 record at the season-opening Bishop Invitational, middle hitter Tamra Londot was named the NCAC Volleyball Player of the Week. In 10 total sets on the weekend, Londot totaled 40 kills and 9 blocks, including a 21-kill, 3-block performance in OU's 3-1 victory over Grove City on Saturday. NCAC volleyball squads return to the court tonight, September 4th, for non-conference matches, before again hitting the road for another round of early season tournaments this weekend. NCAC fans, as always, for up-to-date news, stats, and standings from around the North Coast Athletic Conference, you can log on to our website at www.northcoast.org. Also, be sure to follow us on Twitter at NCAC, as well as like us on Facebook. Additionally, NCAC Assistant Executive Director Russell Kramer will again conduct interviews with our weekly award winners throughout the 2013-14 season. The interviews will be accessible on the NCAC website at the end of each week. And for the entire conference staff, I'm Brett Billhart, and thanks for watching.